You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, guys, we're going to be talking about ESPN, the worldwide leader. At least they used to be the worldwide leader, but changes are coming over there. We knew that this would be happening a while back. Layoffs are coming, guys. Now, when it comes to ESPN, Matt Kellerman, Stephen A. Smith no longer wanted him on First Take. He wanted him gone for a while. And finally, ESPN said, yep, Matt's hit the door. Well, we're not firing you, but we're going to move you to another show. He was actually on in the morning. I believe the show is actually called Keyshawn, J. Will, and Matt's. He was over there. Also, he has his afternoon show. And guys, the rumor was already out there that his show would get canceled to make room for Pat McAfee. Now, Pat McAfee is the big fish that they reeled in over there at ESPN. Somebody needed to go. And apparently, it's going to be Matt Kellerman's show. However, guys, we got some new news here. And it seems like ESPN wants Matt Kellerman gone. I think he's going to get laid off next week, guys. We got some big news that just dropped. Check this out. ESPN scraps radio show with Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, Matt Kellerman as more layoffs loom. And it looks like that that Matt Kellerman is going to be the big fish that's going to drown in this whole thing. Let's look at this, guys. ESPN is scrapping its national morning radio show featuring Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Matt Kellerman, the Post has learned. This is part of the restructuring of the company that will include significant on-air layoffs as early as next week, according to sources. It doesn't mean that Johnson, Williams, or Kellerman will be let go, though Kellerman is in jeopardy as a big money guy who now is going to be out on radio and has the Pat McAfee show this fall moving into the same time slot as Kellerman's TV program This Just In. Yeah, I believe, guys, Matt Kellerman is done. He is done over there at ESPN. Look at the track record. Look what they have actually done to this man. They have moved him from this place to this place to this place. He's gotten canceled, and probably getting canceled again. I believe this man is out of the door. Now, it says here Johnson and Williams' futures are in flux. ESPN signed Johnson to a 4-year contract worth around $18 million last year, according to sources. As part of the upcoming layoffs, ESPN is expected to buy out some deals. This is a corporate way of reducing numbers on the books, while still actually paying people the money they are owed. The concept only makes sense to Wall Street. ESPN declined to comment. Yeah, this is the end of the road, I believe, for Matt Kellerman. It's definitely looking like that. ESPN could do that, which could grant Johnson free agency and make him a possible sparring partner for Skip Bayless as a replacement for Shannon Sharpe on FS1's Undisputed. I didn't even think of that. I didn't. Johnson lives in Los Angeles, where Fox Sports is located. Okay, that makes sense then. ESPN and Johnson would have to negotiate an agreement to allow this possibility to fully play out. ESPN could also choose to expand Johnson's NFL role, especially with Monday Night Countdown expected to be hit by layoffs. Man, the Post has previously reported that analyst Steve Young is in jeopardy. Man, he's going to be out too. Johnson is already a regular on ESPN's daily program, NFL Live. Williams, whose contract is up at the end of the summer, is someone that ESPN likes and may try to keep, but the role would be different if he remains with the network. Now, the thing with Jay Williams, he actually appeared on a podcast, and he came out, he pretty much slammed ESPN. He said, my contract's up in 3 months. And he basically said, man, that all these like debate shows and stuff is scripted and that they don't actually allow you to be your authentic self. So would they actually still want him around after he came out and said that? I don't know. We will have to see. ESPN had targeted the end of June to have talent layoffs begin, and next week is still likely, but there is a chance it could drag later. The approach to non-needle movers is one ESPN is expected to take in the coming months and years ahead when contracts expire. ESPN executives believe this will help save behind-the-scenes jobs because they are financial targets that the company is expected to meet by Disney. On Wednesday, ESPN made some big organizational moves that will impact the approach to programming. The executive ranks of ESPN have always been like Game of Thrones, with factions teaming up. ESPN chairman Jimmy Pitaro and president of content Burke Madness gave longtime executive Norm B. Williamson more power as he will oversee the NFL, while Dave Roberts had expanded duties to add to his NBA authority. Stephanie Drewley, who was the head of the NFL, was moved to content operations. Madness and Pitaro wanted to streamline the decision-making. The feeling with the prior setup of Williamson, Roberts, and Drewley was there were three people doing jobs that were better suited for just two. So it looks like, guys, if you asking me, Max Kellerman will be shown the door. And you know what? Would he actually want to stick around? Because you weren't wanted on First Take. They move you to the morning. You go over there. Now they're canceling that show. You have an afternoon show. They signed Pat McAfee. Oh, we got to let you go. We got to cancel this show to make room for him because he's the big fish. McAfee has a huge following. Now, granted that his YouTube followers have said, man, I ain't going over there because they don't like ESPN. But there's no doubt about it. Still, no matter what you think of Pat McAfee, he's going to have a huge following. When it comes to sports, more people are going to tune into him than Max Kellerman. Now, Max Kellerman was pretty much sent to ESPN purgatory. Many of you guys couldn't even name a show, to tell you the truth. I mean, I couldn't. I just read it to you guys, and honestly, I forgot the name of the show already. Now, I've heard of Keyshawn, J. Will, and Matts, but it ain't Mike and Mike. It ain't that. I believe it's also on ESPN. It's a radio show, but so is Mike and Mike. This ain't Mike and Mike. I don't think that that they're getting the ratings that they used to be. ESPN is in the tank, costing so much money. They keep losing money for the Walt Disney Company. And eventually, you know, heads are going to roll. And I think Max Kellerman, I believe he will be out of the door. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.